Hello everyone, welcome back to Pins Down on the Podcast, episode 30. I'm your host Ado, and on today's episode, we've got an exciting one for you, as we'll be talking about Miami Dolphins 2026 schedule release and record prediction, and also some breaking news about Devon A-Chain's new contract extension with the Dolphins. So let's get straight into it. Firstly, I'd like to start off with the Miami Dolphins 2026 schedule release has just come out, and we've got 8 home games and 9 away games, and for some reason, the Dolphins have not even been put in one prime time game this season coming up. So 0 prime time games for the Dolphins this season, which I thought that's a bit harsh by the NFL. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like last time, like I did last year. I'm going to go through game by game, thinking if we're going to win, lose, and then by the end of the 17 games, I'm going to give you my record prediction, my AFC East record prediction as well, and my AFC East standings predictions as well. So let's get straight into it. So the Dolphins will start their 2026 season on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders. This is an interesting matchup to begin with. So as you know, Fernando Mendoza went number 1 overall draft pick in the latest draft that just happened. Will he play in week 1, or will it be experienced quarterback Kirk Cousins? I'm more leaning towards Kirk Cousins. I don't think Kirk Cousins will be a bit of a bridge quarterback to begin the Raiders season, and after 5 to 6 weeks, I think then you'll see Mendoza come in. So I predict Kirk Cousins to start this week 1 game against the Dolphins. But regardless who starts, I think the Dolphins should win this game on the road against the Raiders, because the Raiders are a mess at the moment. They were finished with an awful record last season. You know, they're a bigger mess than the Dolphins at the moment. I think the Dolphins start off 1-0 in week 1. I can say if we don't beat the Raiders in week 1, I think it's going to be a very long season for the Dolphins. So this is a must-win game already for the Dolphins in week 1, and I think we get the W here. So let's move on to week 2. Dolphins at the San Francisco 49ers. This is a hard game. Week 2, we're on the road again against a good San Francisco 49ers team who made the playoffs last season. You know, they got good quarterback Purdy. They got one of the best running backs in the game, Christian McCaffrey, and they've got an elite defense. I know Robert Saleh, the 49ers defensive coordinator, left to be the Titans head coach, but I think the 49ers are going to be a bit too strong for us in this game. You know, they've got a pretty good offense, and they've got a really good defense as well. They've got a very good defense. So I think the 49ers win this one against the Dolphins in week 2. So a record moves to 1-1 after 2 weeks. Week 3, another tough matchup at home against the Chiefs. So this one, I predict a loss here. I think the Chiefs are going to rebound this season. You know, they've still got Andy Reid. Travis Kelce signed a new contract for the 49ers. And they just got Kenneth Walker, the former Seattle running back. He's now with the Chiefs, so that's a really, really good pickup by the Kansas City Chiefs. So they got an elite quarterback, elite tight end, and I think Patrick Mahomes will be fit and ready. Apparently, Patrick Mahomes is going to be ready for week 1 for the Chiefs. He's going to be back for the start of the season. So, you know, Chiefs got a pretty good defense as well. Spaniolo, who runs the defense for the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs will bounce back this year. I think that the Chiefs will make the playoffs. I think we lose this one and move to 1-2 after week 3. Week 4, this is an interesting game. This is an interesting game. Dolphins at the Vikings. So I predict this one as a win. I'm going with a win, even though it's at the Vikings. Vikings have got a pretty good defense. Their defensive coordinator is former Miami Dolphins coach Brian Flores. Brian Flores didn't leave Miami Dolphins in good terms, but I think this is going to be an interesting game. Obviously, it's a road game. I'm not sure who the Vikings quarterback is going to be, Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy. I don't know who's going to be quarterback, but regardless, I think we can win this game on the road. Regardless if it's Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy, I don't think they're good quarterbacks. I don't think they're elite. Even though they got JJ Jefferson as their wide receiver, I think we do the Vikings in this week 4 matchup, so we move our record to 2-2 after 4 weeks. Week 5, the Cincinnati Bengals come to South Florida to verse the Miami Dolphins in this week 5 matchup. Look, even though the Bengals had a bad year last season, Joe Burrow got injured for a few games last season. He's always injured, that guy. His offensive linemen don't help him, that's for sure. I know the Bengals got a bad defense, but their offense, if they can keep their offense and Joe Burrow fit, they got Joe Burrow, they got Jamar Chase, they got T. Higgins, they got elite offense. So if they're all cooking, if they're all playing in this game, I think they just outscore us in this one. So like last season when they versed us at late last year when they versed us, they're gonna have too much firepower especially if Joe Burrow is fit and playing. So I think they beat us here at home. So that moves their record to 2-3 after 5 weeks. Week 6 is a bye. Week 7, we got our first AFC East divisional matchup of the season. Dolphins at the Jets. I think we win that game. Even though the Jets drafted pretty good, they're in a rebuild like us. It's going to take some time. Geno Smith is their quarterback. I don't really rate him. He turns the ball over too much. So I think we do the double over them this season. So we move our record to 3-3 after 7 weeks. Week 8, we've got another AFC East divisional matchup. This time the Patriots come to Hard Rock Stadium. I think we beat the Patriots. I think we do go back to back for the first time in the 2026 season. Yeah, I think we go 1-1 with the Patriots this season. So even though Patriots had an amazing season last year, Drake May was I think runner-up in the MVP race. But they've lost, I think they've lost Stephen Diggs and their main wide receiver. I think he's a free agent at the moment. I think we beat them at home this season. Well, we almost beat them we should have beat them at home last season. We had a chance to beat them later on last season, but we sort of blew it. So I think we do them in this week 8 matchup. So that moves our record to 4-3 after 8 weeks. Week 9, the Detroit Lions come to Hard Rock Stadium versus the Miami Dolphins. Lions had a down year last year, but I think they'll bounce back this season. They're in a hard division. The NFC North is a very, very tough division. I think they'll bounce back. They got an elite offense like Jared Goff. I think he's a good quarterback. They got 2 amazing running backs. They got St. Brown, their wide receiver. They're loaded up on Gibbs and Montgomery at running back. St. Brown as wide receiver. They just like the Bengals. They're just loaded on offense. So I think they outscore us in this one. They got too much firepower. So we lose against the Lions in this week 9 matchup. So that moves the record to 4-4. Week 10, we go Indianapolis versus the Colts. I think we do them this time. Last year we got embarrassed by them by Daniel Jones in week 1 of last season. I think this time we get our revenge this time around at the Colts. So we move our record to 5-4 after 10 weeks. Week 11, we travel to Buffalo. I think Buffalo got a new stadium this season. I think it's a loss there. We never play well against the Bills, especially away from home, so we lose up. That one record moves to 5-5 after 11 weeks. Week 12, Jets at the Dolphins. Like I said before, I think we sweep the Jets this season once again. So we go to 6-5 after week 12. Now running is super hard. So our last 6 opponents of the regular 2026 schedule all made the playoffs last season. So it's very tough running. It starts with the Dolphins at Broncos. That's a loss. Broncos are one of the best defenses in the league. They were 1 game short of making the Super Bowl last season. If Bo Nix would have played against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, I think they would have made the playoffs. So I think they beat us there. In the week 13 matchup, record is 6-6 after 13 weeks. Week 14, Bears at Dolphins. I think that's a loss there. Howard Williams had a tremendous second season with the Bears. He struggled with his first season with the Bears, his rookie season, but his second season, he was just on fire. He was just amazing. The way he extends his plays, he can throw it off his back foot. Never gives up on a play. I think he's going to be a really good quarterback in the NFL for a long time. So I think the Bears do us in week 14. Week 15, Dolphins at Packers. So this is an intriguing game. I don't know why this is not a prime time game. It should be, because we've got Jeff Hafley and Eric Sullivan visiting their old team, the Packers. Malik Willis visiting his old teammates, the Packers, at the Packers. This should be a primetime game. I don't know why it's not. But anyway, I think we lose this game. I think it's going to be close. I think this is going to be a really close game. But I've given the win just to the Packers because It's going to be cold in week 15. It's going to be cold. We usually don't play good in the cold late in the season, and it's at Lambeau Field. So I've given the victory to the Packers. So that's 3 losses in a row. Moving to week 16, Chargers at Dolphins. I've given us a loss, unfortunately. They got a very good coach in Harborough. They've got a good all-round team. They've got a good quarterback, Justin Herbert, McConkey, Keenan Allen on offense. McConkey and Allen, 2 good wide receivers. So I think that'll be a bit too much for us in this one, and I've given the Chargers a win in this one. So that's 4 losses on the trot. 2 games ago, week 17, Bills at Dolphins. I know we beat them last season. That was because our defense balled out against Josh Allen and the Bills offense. I think we created like 3 or 4 turnovers in that game, but I think the Bills win this one here. Josh Allen usually plays pretty good against us, so I'm going to give the Bills to do the double over us this season, unfortunately. So the Bills win this one in week 17 at Hard Rock Stadium. And then the last game, week 18, Dolphins at Patriots. This was our last game also. We got blown out by the Patriots, and I think we'll lose here. I don't think we'll get blown out, but I think we'll lose here in a tight one. Because it's the end of the year, it's hard playing at Gillette Stadium. I think the Patriots will be playing for a playoff spot. Dolphins won't be playing for anything in the last game of the season. They will be, unfortunately, I think we'll be out of playoff contention. So I think the Patriots will have something to play for. We won't. So I think the Patriots beat us in the last game of the season in week 18. So that leaves us 2026 record prediction. I predict us we're going to win 6 games and lose 11. AFC East record is going to be 3-3. I think we'll do the double of the Jets again. I think we'll split with the Patriots 1-1, and I think the Bills will do the double over us this season, unfortunately. And our AFC East standings, I think we're going to finish 3rd. I think the Buffalo Bills will regain the AFC East title from the Patriots, so I think the Bills will be recrowned champions this season. They'll finish 1st. Patriots will finish 2nd. I think the Bills and Patriots will make the playoffs. The Dolphins will finish 3rd in the AFC East division standings, and Jets will finish last in the AFC East division standings. So that is my Miami Dolphins 2026 schedule predictions for the upcoming season. And just quickly before I end this episode, to talk about some more better news. We have finally re-signed Devon A-Chain, our main and elite running back. He made the Pro Bowl last year. He became a 1,000-yard rusher for the first time this season. First time in his career, he become a 1,000-yard rusher. I think he deserves this contract. He was our best offensive player last season. Yeah, I'm happy we re-signed him. He's my favorite Dolphins player at the moment. And he's still young. He turns 25 in October this year. We've signed him to a 4-year contract. Base value $64 million. Total value goes up to $68 million with incentives. Guaranteed money $32 million. I think that's a good contract extension by the Dolphins because he's a big player for us. Top 5 running backs at the moment in the NFL. So I'm happy we've finally given him a contract extension. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Let me know what you think about my record prediction. Please like, subscribe, and comment and share to this channel. And I'll see you next time. And as always, fins up.